This afternoon, we now have 156 patients in one of our hospitals with a primary diagnosis of COVID-19.
That's the highest they've seen it at Spectrum Health since the pandemic began back in March, says President Dr. Daryl El-Moushi.
So we actually hit a record late last week, and we're now 80% higher than the record that we hit late last week and in the spring.
He says the numbers are exploding. They're testing 3,000 to 4,000 people a day across their hospitals, but the positivity of those tests keep going up.
Yesterday, it was 9%. And while that might not sound like a lot, we were in the 1% to 2% range for months and months.
Dr. El-Moushi believes the spike stems from small indoor gatherings because the weather is getting colder outdoors.
Part of it is clearly just colder weather and people congregating indoors, which, it's hard not to do when the weather gets cold. But I think there's so much fatigue for masking, for social distancing, for all the simple things that we could do that, while they're not fun, clearly have been proven to prevent COVID from spreading.
However, if it gets worse, Spectrum Health is already prepared. He says they've been prepping for a possible surge for months.
Our PPE stocks are truly solid, and we're not worried about PPE. We are now testing, as I mentioned, thousands and thousands of people a day. We have drive-through testing across West Michigan.
And they've created specific areas in the hospitals to treat COVID patients, separating them from others in the building.
There's still a lot of people who are really, really sick with COVID-19. People still die with COVID-19, including young and otherwise healthy people. And so we all have to be careful.
So again, he says wear a mask, and now he believes that for the wintertime, he doesn't think that we're going to have to shut down again in the way that we did earlier in the pandemic, businesses and restaurants closing down completely. But he says we have to remain cautious and we have to wear a mask. Reporting live here in Grand Rapids, Lauren Edwards, Fox 17 News.
All right, Lauren, thank you.